Alright guys, so here's another shoulder workout video for you, and just so we're clear, I am working on building muscle. I'm in the bulking phase. I'm in a caloric surplus, mostly carbs, and my fat, I try and stay the same whether I'm bulking or cutting. And then my protein is just a little bit lower than it would be if I was cutting. And there's reasons for that, but I want to talk about my shoulders. So I always start off with a dumbbell shoulder press. I do 25 pounds most of the time. If I feel like I can go heavier and still pump out at least 10 reps, then I'll do that. I always do 4 sets with a minimum of 10. I'm really trying to push it 12 to 15 if I can. Not completely to failure, because most of the time I don't have a spotter and I just don't feel like that's safe. But I try and really push it. And what else about this? Really try and keep my butt down, keep my abs tight, my core tight. And here you'll see a different angle. You can do this standing too, but I can do more weight sitting, and I really want to stress my muscles. I'm not really worried about my core. I do other things for core exercises. Actually, I haven't been, but I need to, and I typically would. So here you're going to see the same thing, just a little bit different of an angle. I really try and keep it at least at 90 degrees. I try and go a little bit below 90 to really get that range of motion in there and really engage and stretch the delts. And since I've been working on building muscle, I've been researching muscle hypertrophy a little bit, and so I'm really trying to focus on going slower down and trying to really punch it up, trying to focus less on how much weight and constantly trying to increase my weight and more on just form and really pumping that muscle, really trying to get as many reps in as I can, relatively speaking. Usually try and keep it between 10 and 15. If I can do more than 15, then I'll increase my weight, or sometimes if I can do more than 12, then I'll increase my weight. This is from a couple of weeks ago. I did not do this last week. Sometimes I'll do it on the Smith machine, and other times I'll do it just off the rack, which you'll see next. Here, what I try and remember is to keep my elbows slightly forward, really bringing it all the way down to my chest, and I have it to where it's right in front of my nose. Actually, I hit my nose, and it's not in the next clip, but just this last week. So you have to be careful of that. And I do like to have some wrist wraps if you guys have any wrist issues. I had a little carpal tunnel in my left wrist at one point, and now my right is starting to do the same thing. I was a waitress for a long time, and the last time I was a waitress, it was at a steakhouse, and so it really took its toll on my wrists. So here's the same exercise, just with the bar. I've done, I've had like 5s or 10s on the ends, but this 45 is sufficient, especially when I'm trying to push the reps. Really trying to bring up my intensity, not hurt myself. The other thing I've been doing is really concentrating on my neck. You'll see my chin is a little bit down. I do that with my squats as well. Really try and keep my spine neutral. I'd rather have it, forward flexed rather than extended the other way, because that's when I start to notice that I have, stress and pain in my neck. So for the side delts, that's something that I've been focusing on more and more. I usually start with 10s, go to 15s. Sometimes I switch it up, but I really try and bring up my reps. And then on my last set, I'll go down to 10, and then right after that, punch out however many I can with the 5 pounds. So here I'm working on some rear delts with face pulls. I think it's only like, I can't remember how much weight. Just do what you can. Try not to bring your torso forward. Really try and stay nice and still, and then pull it back. Really think about what muscle you're trying to engage, because here you'll notice that there's biceps and back muscles that are involved too. But when you really try and focus on your rear delt, that's when you'll really feel it and really squeeze and then let it contract. Sometimes I feel like when I contract, the more I contract, the more I can feel it later because it just helps focus. Here again are some rear delt pulls with the pulley. I used to do these like kind of bent over, and this is so much easier. I don't know what I was thinking before. And then I also do lateral raises with this to work on my side delt. And then I also do frontal raises, which you'll see in this next clip. And I just kind of punch them out just to get an extra punch at the end of my workout. And it's usually lighter weights. But just kind of those finishing exercises, I feel like can make a big difference. So overall, this was a really good shoulder workout. And I think focus and direction is something that people lack when they go in the gym. If you go in the gym with a purpose, you know, with real intentions and focus, I feel like you can get a lot done and still have fun. I have been seeing a lot of improvement in my shoulders. I'm really kind of scared that my cut will, you know, take its toll on my muscles and I'll just shrink, but I'm really hoping that I've put in enough time this bulking period. It's going to be 18 weeks total, and then I'm only going to have 8 weeks to cut, so I'm really hoping that I'll bring in a bigger package this next go around in November, oh wait, October. October 11th is my next show in San Francisco. So we'll see. Anyways, I hope this helps you guys. And I will see you next video.